Hi and welcome to this video from CHD. I'm going to be having a look at a digital video recorder. The cameras are high definition cameras. So we're going to have a look remotely. I'm using Internet Explorer to do this. So I put the IP address of the recorder into the browser. So 192.168.1.180. Hit enter. If you have a problem when you're initially doing this and you're connecting to the recorder, there is this little button just here that will give you a set of instructions to do as far as the ActiveX controllers are concerned, especially down here. You just got to enable one in the tick box. I can just show you that quickly. Go to security, also trusted sites. You can add this IP address in there, go add, untick secure, then go into custom, scroll down until you see ActiveX unsigned prompting. Should be just here somewhere. There it is there, unsigned ActiveX controllers. Just change that to prompt, so it will pop up a message and ask you, do you want to do that? Right, the DVR will come with a default username of admin and no password. So here we have our remote monitor. If we click this button here, we're going to see the camera in substream. You can see the green as I'm just clicking along. I can place the cameras in any position that I so choose. Might just go this one there, might go this one there, for instance. There's a few more cameras on this thing here. I can connect all of them and just drag them across if I wish. For playback, let's go into playback. What we need to do is we need to set the time and the date from and to, then select which cameras we want to view on the playback. So I might just go camera 4 and just go search for all video footage for camera 4 on that day between that time. Here we can see the size of the files. If I click on one of these files, so unclick that, just highlight that and press play. I'll move this up a little bit for you so you can see it. Can't really. Yep, there we go. I can play, pause, stop, fast forward. Fast forward 1, fast forward 2. You can see the mouse changing. There's nothing happening in the photo. Fast forward 4. Press stop. So that's how you view playback footage. If I wanted to download it, I just highlight it, tick, press download. Pick where I'm going to download it to, and at the bottom here where my mouse is, you'll see the progression bar happening, and that will save that file to wherever you're saving it to. Now just the same, I'll just cancel out of that for the moment. Yes, I'm sure. If we were doing this on the actual recorder itself, we'll have a mouse attached to the recorder. We'll put in a USB stick into the USB slots, probably the one around there's two around the back and one around the front. The one around the front is really used for a mouse, so it's always best and advised just buy a USB stick, stick it in the back of the recorder and leave it in the back of the recorder. They're very cheap these days. You can get an 8 gig for probably about $8. Just leave it in there, there's no harm. So when it does come time for you to download the footage off the recorder onto the USB stick, you'll have it there ready to go, and you won't have to look for a new stick or a stick and then take data off it and put it onto your hard drive. So just buy a new one, put it in the back, cheap as chips, and you're always ready to go if you need to at the spur of the moment. The format that you want to save on the USB is called AVI. You'll see 2 boxes. We can't do it on this video here because this is remote remote connection into the actual recorder. So I can't show you that menu, but just remember there's an AVI there. Doesn't matter which one you save it on, but choose AVI, that way you can play it straight away. Right, moving right along, let's have a look at some of these menus. Items, we can snapshot, we can save a picture to our desktop, we can record video footage to our desktop, and we can I'll just do auto prompt on that one. So it's just going to connect up all my other cameras and put them in order. So let's go to devices. Very easy recorder to set up. Very, very easy. So the length of our video that we're going to do, well, first of all, let's have a look. Let's make all the videos the same. Let's make the length 10 minutes. And the reason why is that if we do it for 10 minutes, we can easily find the footage when it's required. So we can say it happened at 3:30 in the afternoon. We want footage. Let's do 2:30, 2:20. Sorry, 3:20, 2:20, whatever. And we've only got a small amount of video that we've got to go through. If we do 60 minutes, we've got to watch that whole bit of video to find out where we need. So just do a smaller length of time and just press OK, save. So I've made all the cameras do 10 minutes, and then it will save that footage, and it'll save it under time and date. So we have a few other menus here where we can mask some footage, set up inputs and outputs. System general is time and date, daylight saving, etc. Auto log out, if you want it to auto log out, you put it there. If you 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, just change it there if you have a habit of forgetting to log out. If you don't log out and you try and use that username and password to log in on a remote app, well, the recorder still thinks that you're logged in, so it's not going to allow you to log in via an app or via another PC somewhere else if you leave site. So good log out, maybe 60 minutes, 30 minutes, that's up to you. So in systems, this is all of our general stuff. So the encoding is 720. I'll change that to the highest that it can be. We will go to best. We'll go to best and we'll click OK. Save as. Networking, again, IP address of the recorder. Just use static IP address, untick DHCP, so you'll actually manually enter in your IP address. Very handy when you're using Internet Explorer, just to type in the IP address. Otherwise we're going to have to set up some other things, because the IP address will change when the router reissues a new IP address and you won't know what it is. So we generally just do static, put in the IP address of the modem router. In my case it's 254. High speed, I prefer fluency. I'll click OK. Network services, there's a whole list of things that you can do here, but the two most important ones is have a look at cloud. Make sure it's unticked. Don't really want cloud. If you want to set it up, you can. And also the other one to take note of is the remote port, which is 34600. So you're going to do a port forward on your modem router, and it's going to be the IP address of the recorder, which is here, to port 34600. Our display menus. So these menus here, or this menu that I've just gone into, is the time and date, the shop name, or the name. I put shop here, and we go into settings and we can change it to whatever we want. delete. Just put whatever you think it should be called. Press OK. Save it, and you can see straight away it's changed. It's just going to show you that it's going to be in the top right hand corner, the time and date, and the name of the camera is going to be there. That's all that really does. Also, another setting that you should do, you can't do it remotely like what we're doing this video on, but in the actual recorder, the menu is exactly the same. You want to change the resolution, just make it a bit more sharper, so a higher resolution. I can't change it here, it's grayed out. You should change on the recorder. In advanced options, we have default. We can default the recorder, or just default just the general settings or the account settings I might want to default. I can select all and then just unselect what I don't want to as well, and just press go. Press cancel in this stage. We can remotely reboot the DVR. Are you sure you want to? I won't do it right now because I'm making a video, but we can do that, which is really handy. Account settings is another one that you want to go into. So I've created a user here. I'm going to delete this user. Yes. Yes. I'm going to delete a user group. I'm going to drop down menu. I'm going to delete test. Delete it. Yes. And then it's going to come back, and I've got user, and I've got admin privileges. So if I wanted to add a group, let's say I wanted to call it security guard, it's probably a good one. So I wouldn't want them to shut it down. Channel title, I really wouldn't want them to do very much more than really, if I scroll down here, I don't really want this group to do any more than monitor, so see the images live, and also replay these cameras here. That's really all I'd want under if I had a security guard, or if this recorder was being remote accessed by a monitoring company as part of an alarm verification. I really wouldn't want them to be able to do anything more than just do a live view and do a replay. So if I set that up, I've got a home alarm system. It's monitored back to base. I put on my account radio company ABC Monitoring. Somewhere here in Sydney it is. I might give them the IP address and set up a username and password for them. So if an alarm happened overseas, when I'm overseas, they can actually log in without calling me when I'm in Dubai at 3 o'clock in the morning, and remote have a look at the cameras to determine whether they need to send a security guard or the police or whatever may happen. And it could also be very user friendly for relatives as well. You might have an elderly person, and you might, most people don't like cameras actually inside their house, but given the right situation, or an elderly couple, you can always do the medical alert pendant around the wrist or around the neck, or some panic buttons or medical buttons on the floor, or whatever the case may be, if it's used. And then using a little bit of software like this, relative can log in and see what's happening to their family member. So I've just created a group here now. Now I need to make a user, and I'll call it security as well. I won't give it a password at the moment. I might just paste the password in there, confirm the password, change it down to security privileges. I'll put security, so everything's going to be security, and I'll press OK. Now what we're going to do is going to jump out of this video. I've seen it come up there, the users assigned to the group. I just jump out of that menu, and I'm going to log out, and this time I'm going to log back in. I'm going to test the fact that the password works or not. It says error password, so I'm going to paste in the password. Okay, so something's happened to my pasting, so I'm going to have to log back in with admin, and what I'll do is I actually have to type the password. Something's happened when I've so go into there, modify password, let's go down to security, put that in there, put nothing in there, saved, log out, okay, type that in there, log back in. Now under this permission, all I should be able to see, I'll just go yes, auto, put all my cameras there automatically, thank you. And I'm going to go into devices, and I'm going to see if I can, let's see if I can change somebody else's account. Okay, I can't get in there, can't get in there. Can I reboot the system? Can't do that, can't do that. Okay, let's try system. No, no, okay, I'll just, oh, right, now let's have a look if I change that. Can I change that? No, okay. Let's go into playback, select all cameras. That's better. There's our 10-minute footage. Play. Okay, so I'm playing back. Fast forward. Yep. Awesome. Download it. Save it. Can I save it? Yep, it's going. Great. So it's doing what I want it to do. It's just saving it to desktop. Cancel that. So you can see that the menus are extremely easy to use. You know, it doesn't really require much tuition. Yeah, just press a couple of buttons. They're nice and clean images. They're nice and colourful. For people like me, I like to see nice images. You know, colourful images, not just words where I've got to read everything. I like to just look at stuff and go, oh, okay, I know what that means. I may not know exactly what encoding might mean if I was a customer, but I could go, oh, well, general, and look at the cogs, and I could look at that and say, okay, well, let's go and have a look inside there. And straight away I can see very simple language. I can see what's going on. Doesn't even need an explanation. The only tricky thing I think is not in this menu but in the next menu. Probably as an installer, the mobile monitor really isn't in the position which I'd like it to be. I'd like this information and this changing of this information. If I change the port, I would have liked it to have been in network config, because it makes more sense that I can see my two TCP port, HTTP port there. So I would have liked to have seen my mobile port also being put into this area here. But apart from that, that's about the only really tricky configuration here that you need to remember where that actually is. It's in net services, and it's right here. But knowing that port there, unless you particularly wanted to change it, it doesn't really matter. The application that you'll get with the phone will be customized with your company logo on there, and we will also include you know, a port setting to remind in part of the application. So we'll be adjusting the apps so you can actually get the information that you need to put into the app just like that. And also there's a CD, there's a cheat sheet. You can download and read the whole manual if you wanted to. 10 minutes just having a look at this video is going to really tell you exactly what you need to do, how you need to do it, and then all you've got to focus on is just getting the cables run, terminating cables, adjusting cameras, do the feel good exercise with your customer, and that's it. But at least with the high definition cameras, when I was an installer, one of the biggest things that I dread was actually installing and working my guts out, installing the cables, making sure that all, if I was using cable ties, they're all evenly spaced, they're all placed the same way. All the things that we do as an installer to do a good job for the customer, and then we got let down by the actual camera system, where the images, yes, you could see somebody was there. Light changes, it gets a bit blurry, the customer rings you up, I can't see anything. 6 months down the track, they're not quite happy with them, and it was all because of the technology of the cameras. Well, now our minimum is 1.3 megapixel cameras that you should be installing. I wouldn't recommend 1200 TV line cameras. I'd say just definitely go for the digital. The analog high definition, again, the quality isn't as good as the SDI at 2 megapixels, even though they're coming up in megapixels. There is a difference in the codec that gets transmitted. So yeah, I really think that the actual true digital high definition cameras, they definitely look a lot better. And even looking at this view right here, we can't really see all that well because this is, being viewed remotely, and we're not really seeing it through a high definition screen, and it's being recorded via this video here. But if you look at it live, it looks really good, and you can be quite proud of putting in one of these systems, and your customer's going to be quite happy too. Alright, thanks for watching. If there's any other information that I've left out, I'll review the video, and there might be little bits and pieces, but this is the high definition SDI video recorder. It is an 8 channel, and a lot of people say, well, I'd like 16 or I'd like 10 channels. Look, you can get the 16 channel ones. They're a lot more expensive for cost, for everything for the customer. If you're competing against somebody that turns around and says, look, I want 16 cameras, I need 16 cameras, they want it and they need it, well, you can turn around with this system here and put 2 recorders back to back, and they won't notice any difference. All you do is on the application is you click the next button over and you see the next set of 8 cameras. That's as simple as that. So, our cost, I'm sure you're aware of how much a 16 channel SDI recorder costs. I won't broadcast everything on YouTube, but I will say to you this, that it's significantly cheaper, and all you need to do is press another button on the application, and it's right beside each other. So you can go into a group of 8, go into another group of 8, and you can just keep adding recorders on the applications. Now, most people won't be going in and doing a web browser and typing in the IP address, but even if they were, there are other things that you can do. You can actually there's a few things you can do about things having to set up the actual IP address. You could just put a name there and go rightio DVR1, DVR2, DVR3, or you can just turn around and put a range there. This one's 180, I might do 181, 182, 183, just like that, and it's no big deal. It costs you, the cost is a lot, and you can pass those savings on to your customer. So not only you saving money, but the customer's saving money, getting exactly the same quality. There's only one little catch there. You're going to have accessing 2, 3, 4 DVRs. That's it. And if you wanted to go above 16 channels anyhow, if they wanted one extra camera, well, you'd kind of be stuck anyhow. You have no choice, but you'd have to go to another recorder. So it kind of defeats the purpose anyhow. But look, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and they're my thoughts. and opinions on this recorder. Pretty happy with the money. Does everything that you need it to do. Very user friendly. It's working rock solid. We've had these in environments that really most recorders, you know, don't really handle it very well, temperature wise, the environment, and it's just very easy to use, and it's giving you that high definition, that high quality image, and you know your customer's going to love you. They're just going to, especially if you're talking about a service station where they're used to analog cameras, you know, you can replace a couple of these, a couple of those cameras that they've got there, you know, put a couple of these new cameras in there and put it back to back, and I guarantee that in a couple of weeks time you're going to have a phone call saying, listen, how much is it going to cost to do all of them, all of my cameras with high definition cameras. Alright, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video. You can leave a comment at the bottom of the video, or you can go to our website and have a look at more information about this at www.sweehd.com.au. Thanks for watching.